Like, when I fuck stuff up, I look at it and I go, I didn't do that good a job. 100%. And my mates will say, Xav, that you did a shit job.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, bro. And so many people are just caught in this like whirlpool of just being able to just, I guess, just push the blame off of themselves. Because
that's all it is.
Bro, people could be in the most like unhealthiest, like...
It's a lack of accountability.
Oh my gosh, bro. And I like the fact that, bro, that most controversial man in the world, Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
Like, bro, me and my mates were talking about him. We're like, bro, as much as we don't say we're advocates for what he's doing, bro, he's putting the world on, bro. Like, especially for men. He kind of got me thinking. I'm like, bro, I'm out here sleeping, like for my business. Mm-hmm. This is where I really got like, you know the way he speaks? Mm-hmm. It's just very like, it's an arrogant tone, but he speaks so much truth. There's one time I was just listening to him, one of his podcasts, and he's like, bro, you're out here sleeping 10 to 12 hours a day. You don't work. You want to start a business. You want to be rich, but you don't want to put in the reps. You don't want to put in the hours. And then I remember the first day we started the business. Not even the first day, I think the first couple of months we're into business. Bro, I started listening to this guy. I'm like, bro, I'm out here. Everything we do is by ourselves. Uh-huh. And I'm like, I'm sleeping, bro. Uh-huh. And I kind of like flicked the switch into me. And now after that, after a couple of months, bro, now I'm like, design after designs after design.
Yeah.
I'm on YouTube learning, how to use Photoshop. Kobe's like researching, how to freaking drone shots. You're learning. Because now I'm like, bro, this... If you don't compete at the highest level and also take accountability for when you're being lazy, you're never gonna get ahead of your competition.
100%.
Yeah, man.
You've nailed it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've spoken about Andrew Tate before on the podcast, and I've said this. I'm not ashamed of it. For everything I hear him say that I don't agree with, which there are plenty.
Yeah.
There's also something that he says that I do agree with.
100%.
I refuse to pretend to not affect, because there's a lot of people are like, oh no, everything he says is terrible. No.
Oh, I don't like those type of people.
No, because you're just pandering to try to not upset someone. He has said some rogue stuff that I don't agree with.
100%, bro.
100%. I'm not saying that everything he says, I'm like, oh yeah. Like, no, he has said some rogue stuff.
Yeah. But
I've heard him say some stuff where I've gone, that is something that needed to be said.
Bro, 100%, man.
And you've nailed it.
Yeah, bro.
And I mean, as I said, that you could talk about him and his sort of rise and how he got spoiled. You could talk about that for 3 hours in itself. Like, Christ, like that's a whole conversation in itself. But he exploded like I've never seen somebody explode before.
I don't think there's ever been a person that's rose to like fame that quick.
No.
And like, even his downfall wasn't a downfall. He just came back and he's
still pretty big.
He's still pretty big, yeah.
Like people, I don't know why. I was talking about it the other day and somebody said like, yeah, I'm so glad like he's just like nothing anymore. I'm like,
nothing?
He's not nothing. Like he's,
oh my God, bro. Like
he's still around.
Like this is one podcaster that I listened to. He used to be on Impulsive George.
Yeah, George. Yeah, and he did it. Did you hear Andrew Tate?
Did you hear that podcast?
I haven't listened to the whole thing, but I've seen a few clips.
Forget the clips, just watch the whole thing.
I think I will. Bro, okay, I need to.
Now, this is a man that like literally stands on what he's been preaching. He talks about accountability, reflection, and just maturity. So I'll just let you listen to it. But
yeah,
man,
I will listen
to it.
I've been thinking to myself because I've seen the clips. I'm like, I should listen to that.
The funniest thing though about like this whole Andrew Tate situation is that, bro, the things he's saying are not things that like we haven't heard as men.
No.
Are not things that haven't been around for years. I think it just took a certain type of personality and to say in a way where like it does put eyeballs on you.
Yeah,
that kind of trickles that conversation.
I think he played to an extent a character.
Yeah.
And he made it deliberately provocative and deliberately tried to get under people's skin. But if you have the slightest amount of critical thinking, you can see that. Like when I saw him, I was like, he's just playing a character. He's like a WWE character. Like he's just putting it on.
Well, you see all these podcasts he goes on with women. Like he gets under their skin, but it's like
he's just doing it deliberately.
When you really listen to what he's saying, it's all truth. It's all truth, man.
Yeah, I listen to him, and I especially in fields like business, working out, fitness, and discipline, stuff like that.
Oh my God, bro.
Those sort of conversations.
Yeah.
I've heard him say a lot of great stuff.
Yeah. Like, let me tell you, like, obviously when he started popping off, and I started listening. I'd heard Andrew Tate as well. Obviously, I seen the clips, blah blah blah. But then when I started listening like to his full like length podcasts that he was on, it's like, bro, this guy literally, he just wants to be an advocate for guys, for men. Like, all he literally preaches is, as a man, you got to be strong. You know, because naturally, as a man, with all the testosterone we got in our body, you know, in comparison to women, like, we are naturally supposed to be the masculine one in the relationships or the dynamic. So, first of all, you got to be strong. Second, you got to be wise. And I think, wise and just being sharp in life. So, but the most important thing is your health, because without your body, without the temple that actually you use to to live, bro. If you don't get that in check first, everything else in life is gonna, bro, explode. And that is 100% true, because I seen it in myself, bro. If I go like a week without training, which is, I don't remember the last time I did that, except I think last time I was sick. I couldn't train for like a week. But if I don't train, it doesn't get my mind right, and I'm not able to focus. I feel a sense of just relief and just like clarity in life when I'm like, all right, cool, I got my body right. It's moving, it's functional. Now,
everything starts working better.
Bro, everything.
When you're working out and training,
my God,
everything in your life starts to just align.
You know the feeling after a crazy workout, you're sweating. You're like, bro, I could have had like the worst day of my life. I could have done this and this and this. Like, things could have been thrown at me. Maybe the business is going crap. Maybe my friends, I'm arguing with my partner. Now it's like all this. But like, as long as I train, I'm like, all right, cool. Now I've got the clarity to be able to deal with all this that's going on. Yeah. And as a man, you need that. Because if you don't do that, say you're in a relationship with a female who's very feminine, now you got two feminine people, that dynamic is not going to last long. Bro.
Yeah, I've read a book. Have you read a book called The Way of the Superior Man?
I'm not going to lie. The only book I read is the Bible, bro.
That's fair enough. But if you're looking for something to read, The Way, I have it here. I could lend you my copy. I honestly would. I have this book called The Way of the Superior Man, and it just talks about masculinity and sexuality and stuff like this, just about as a man, and it's incredibly insightful. It's quite in your face. Yeah. It's quite brutally honest.
Yeah, man.
But I'm okay with that, and I sort of like that way of being addressed. And I read it, and I was like, "There's a lot of," but in it it about the masculine and feminine polarity, and just how it's like a magnet, and that's how for a masculine man who is straight, like he that's why he's so attracted to the feminine. That's why that's why
the opposite. The polar
opposite. If you are and maybe some people are, like, there's so many people in the world, there's exceptions to everything. But when you're talking in generalization, which I am now, to clarify, like, if you are a straight masculine man, your attraction will by and large be to a feminine woman. And if it was a masculine woman, you would not find that as attractive.
Bro, no, you wouldn't. Like, I see it even in myself, man. Like, I wouldn't want a woman that's like, if I say, let's do this, she's going to be like, nah. Because she's like yoked. And now I'm going to sit down and be like, shit, maybe I got to rethink what I just said then. Nah, man. Like, as a man, naturally, like, from my past relationships anyways, and even the one I'm in right now, it's kind of like, when a guy is sure of himself, and it's not fake confidence now. I'm talking about, like, I think there was a time in my life when I was dating someone, it was like, the confidence it was just like a front that I was putting on, and obviously that can be
fake it till you make it,
till you lose it. Nah, but like, so when the confidence is actually true and it's real, and it's not a front you're putting on.
Yeah,
bro, I don't even want to say it, but like, females who are in their natural feminine state they melt like butter, because it's kind of like, they don't want to feel like all the burdens are being put on them, but then literally it's the polar opposite for the guy. Guys get this sense of boost when they feel like, cool, I got this chick now, you know what, everything she does is kind of not everything, but like, they put a lot on me, but I like that. I like that stress because, like, to go back to what I was saying like earlier before when I was telling you when I was sick and took days off of the gym, bro, I never felt like more of a loser in my life. It's like,
really?
bro, I'm just home. I'm not chasing after anything.
Yep.
I'm not doing anything. There's nothing going for my life. As much as guys, we say like we don't like the stress or like the stress is too much, bro. Without the stress, you can't build character.
No.
And without that pressure, you can't be formed into the diamond that you're supposed to be as a man.
Mm-hmm.
So
you need
you need that stress, and you need to go through those tribulations and all those trials to be able to be molded into the person that that's going to be able to stand upright. If a female is coming at you, you're able to lead her in the direction that's confidently as well.
Yeah.
In a way where everything just works out perfectly, man. But
yeah, I think the reality of I think, and I say this with no intention of sounding, I'm not even gonna say that word, but I men and women are different.
Bro, 100%.
That's it. I don't understand this.
People try to fight
I
it,
don't
man.
understand why today that's seen as a negative.
Bro.
I think it's just as a positive. It's like how we've just been observing what's going on and we're making comments. It's an impartial comment. There's nothing deeper behind that comment. Men and women are just different.
And the most evidential way to see that is, bro, literally just not even 100 years ago, like a couple of years ago, like the way it was in life is the woman stayed home, she cooked, blah, blah, blah. She fed the family, made sure the kids, grew up strong, healthy.
Yeah.
And the men went out to hunt. And that was the norm for so many thousands of years. But now it's like, the women want to go hunt. The women want to do this. The women want to blah, blah. And I'm not shitting on any women that want to. But if you want to
if you want to do it.
If you want to pursue what you want to pursue, 100%. I'm all for it. Everyone's got to grind. It's a different era. But that's just evidence that, the woman couldn't probably go out and throw that big ass spear. Maybe there could have been like some exceptions, maybe a few women here and there.
Yeah.
But just like in general, there wasn't a lot of women that were out there doing that, hunting that, because they didn't want to do that. They didn't want to get their fingers dirty. They didn't want to, I don't know, they just didn't want to go through that stress. But as a man, just the way that we're built, it just makes more sense that would be the one out there hunting.
I mean, things like conversations around topics like evolutionary psychology and traditional gender roles are obviously so extremely controversial.
So I don't know. I don't understand why.
Yeah, and like I mentioned before, but when we're talking about styles, like that topic in of itself about evolutionary psychology and traditional gender roles, that could be hours in of itself. Like there's so much in that to unpack, and I don't, from a personal point of view, I don't really place much emphasis on traditional gender roles.
Are you in a relationship?
Am I in a relationship?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, so
I have been.
So
I was in a relationship for on and off with little periods in between, but that was close to 2 years.
All right. So down the line now, from what you've experienced with whoever it was, we don't need to say the name. But later down the line, what's the type of vibe you're going? Not vibe, but like the type of household you wish to live in and like kind of like build? Because
I like to. It's a great question.
Yeah,
I was about to answer that. I was like, I need to think about that. Shit.
It's tough, man.
So, what, if you said to me, like, design your dream household,
dream
dream
family. Yeah. Like what? Like in terms of the female or the woman.
Yep.
Like what type of woman is she? Is she a go-getter? Is she out here grinding every single day?
And I think that this is why my girlfriend at the time that I had, we were working so well, was because I do like somebody who has an enthusiasm for life.
Yeah.
And has a willingness to try things and do things and have fun. And, that's exactly the situation I was in. But we're also talking about the masculine and feminine polarity, and I do like a more feminine girl, and I do. And what I was saying, I will say what I'm about to say, but I said this point is coming from me what I like to do, not from what I would like a woman to do. I personally am a protective person.
100%.
And I personally like to provide things. This isn't saying that, and this is with my friends, this is with teammates, this is with anyone. I like to provide. I like to do stuff for people. Like, do you know about like love languages?
Yeah, love language.
Yeah. So I remember I learned this.
Is it of affection or?
Yeah. So I only learned this actually through that relationship that I was referencing.
Yeah.
But because she made note of it. But my love language is acts of service.
Yeah. Okay,
so I like to do shit for you. So ideally, I would like to be a provider for the family, and I would like to, I suppose, I don't know what the term is, like be the breadwinner or something like that.
Yeah.
And that is literally because I like to play that role. I like to provide, and I feel good when the people that I care about are looked after.
Exactly, man.
I like that feeling. And if my partner if she had an incredibly successful career, I would say, fucking please keep going. Like, I'm not going to be like, no, stay at home. Please keep going with it. You know, so, and then, you know, it gets intricacies, all right, but if you're talking ideally, I'd love...
That's the circumstance.
I'd love a wife who is enthusiastic about life, likes to try things, likes to do things, likes to, you know, experience new things, but is still quite feminine. Yeah. She still has the feminine energy. And I would like to be able to provide for her. I would like to be... Because I want her to have an easy life. Bro. If I had a wife, I want you to be able to do what you want to do. And if you go out and you see something that you want to buy because you really love it, I want to be able to say, no worries, I'll buy that for you. I want that. And that isn't a power trip, or that isn't like an insecurity.
Oh my God.
Which is sort of how it becomes portrayed.
Exactly, man.
It's not. I just genuinely, in my heart of hearts, I enjoy that role. I enjoy looking after the people that I care about.
And I think, bro, Andrew Tate got so much heat for literally saying what you just said. Because he's saying...
Maybe I'm about to get hate. Don't cancel.
No, because like, he literally speaks about like the fact that... And I think it's kind of similar to me as well. And I think it's something that's like come over me. Like after a while, it's like, bro, if I'm with a woman, bro, I don't want her to stress.
Yeah,
if we're both stressing,
I'm happy to burden that stress.
100%.
I'm happy to shoulder that stress.
I'm okay with waking up at 4 a.m. going to work. I'm okay with waking up at 5 a.m. going to work, coming back later at night. I'm okay with that. Like,
same.
I find joy. I honestly find joy in that.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of women out here that are like, oh no, I don't like this, blah blah blah. And I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna fight you, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, if you wanna stay there, say what you gotta do. As long as you bring peace in my life, as long as you just provide what you need to provide for me, and whatever, cater to me in whatever way that we speak of or whatever, then I'm okay with doing all this, because like naturally it's just it's who I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just the natural. It's how. I don't know. That's how I show my love.
Yeah.
That's how I show that I care about you. Some people will give you a hug. Some people will cry to you. I don't know. But for myself, and it sounds similar to you, the way I'm going to show you that I care about you and that I value you and that I love you, and that whether that be in a friendship point of view or a relationship, the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to do stuff for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you an acts of service, because that is how I show you.
Yeah.
So I and that's why, in so many warped portrayals of relationships, that's seen as a negative.
Bro, I don't understand.
I don't see how that's a negative.
Because I think there's just a lot of girls / women that just want to. I think for so long they just feel like they've been held down for so long. Yeah. And I think that's where that.
And they probably have been. Like, not probably. Yeah. Let me quickly reenact that. Yeah. Not probably.
They have.
If you look through history, there's a lot of horrible shit.
100%, bro. And I think that's where the feminist movement came from. But
it's where it started.
That's where it started. But I think it just got blown out of proportion to the point where it's like
co-opted into something I don't think it was originally meant to be.
And that's the worst thing about life. Is like smallest thing can literally turn into like one of the biggest global issues, which is so bad. But it's kind of understandable, because imagine like you tell somebody something and they go like, you know how rumors start.
Yeah.
Like you tell somebody one thing, it's like, for example, let's say, oh, I kicked this person. Oh, for example, actually, let me give you the sense of my family. So one of my little siblings, right?
Yeah.
Say they're cooking.
Yeah.
And they know they're not allowed to take the pot until everybody's home. We're all going to eat together.
Yeah.
Now, one of my little siblings goes, eats, and another one goes, eats, and they tell each other, don't tell anyone we ate. Now, they're going to tell another person.
Yeah.
And now they're going to tell another person. And now by the time he gets to like the 12th, like the 10th kid, now all they know is that, oh, they ate all the food in the pot. Like,
Yeah,
bro,
it's been
like that first person ate everything that's missing.
Yeah.
When in fact, it's been everybody, there's been like so much in between that's happened in between.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily just that first person that ate the entire thing. They could have just took the slightest piece of thing.
Well, that was like that game that you used to play in primary school. I know we did.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's called this, but you play Chinese Whispers. Did you ever play that?
Exactly.
And some of them were so funny. Like they'd start, and literally within 10 to 15 people,
Bro.
whatever it was, has been changed so much.
Exactly, bro. And I think that's what happens in life, bro. Like, it's one little thing, one person says one thing, gets spread on social media, they say another little thing, blah, blah, blah. Now it's like, by the time it even gets to maybe third, fourth person, bro, it's not even how it started. It's not even how it started.
No, it's not.
Nah, but
It's crazy.
it's crazy, man.
I don't know. The whole I need to. I don't know. But I don't think. I hope I haven't. I hope neither of us have said anything. I don't think. I was about to say we haven't said anything that offensive. No.
We didn't mean to offend anybody. This is
Yeah.
just my life.
I
his
love
life.
everyone. I do, and I'm just talking about. We're just talking about ourselves. Don't cancel us.
We love this podcast.
Bro. Let's talk about